What if the very framework of your body, the strong foundation that holds you up, was slowly and silently becoming as fragile as a piece of chalk? What if, without any warning, your bones were losing their strength, preparing to break from a simple fall, a cough, or even just a hug? This isn't a horror story. It's the reality of a condition that affects millions of people around the world, and most don't even know they have it until it's too late. Today, we're shining a light on the silent disease, osteoporosis. We're going to explore what it is, who is at risk, and most importantly, what you can do to fight back. Because this is not just a story about fragility, it's a story about strength. So, what exactly is osteoporosis? The name literally means porous bone, and that's the perfect description. I want you to picture the inside of a healthy bone. It's not solid like a rock. It looks more like a dense, strong honeycomb, full of tiny, interconnected spaces. This structure is incredibly strong but also lightweight. Throughout your life, your body is constantly breaking down old bone and replacing it with new bone. It's like a never-ending construction project. Up until about age 30, you build more bone than you lose. Your honeycomb is strong and dense. But as we get older, this process can shift. For some people, bone breakdown starts to happen faster than bone buildup. Now, imagine that honeycomb structure again. In osteoporosis, the holes in the honeycomb start getting bigger and bigger. The solid walls get thinner and weaker. The whole structure becomes more fragile and porous. Your bone density decreases. This change happens silently. There's no pain. There are no symptoms. You feel perfectly fine, while the internal architecture of your skeleton is slowly being compromised. This is why osteoporosis is so dangerous. The first sign is often a broken bone. And these aren't just any breaks. They often happen in the hip, the spine, and the wrist from falls or impacts that wouldn't have harmed a person with healthy bones. So, who needs to be paying close attention to this? Who is most at risk? There are a few key factors. The biggest one is age. As we get older, our risk naturally increases. It's a part of the aging process, but it doesn't have to be inevitable. Gender also plays a huge role. Women are much more likely to develop osteoporosis than men. This is largely due to menopause. The hormone estrogen acts like a powerful guardian for your bones. When estrogen levels drop sharply during menopause, bone loss can accelerate rapidly. Family history is another major clue. If one of your parents had osteoporosis or broke a hip, your own risk is higher. It tells you that you might have a genetic predisposition to the condition. And finally, there are lifestyle factors, the things we have some control over. A diet low in calcium and vitamin D, which are the essential building blocks for bone, is a major problem. Lack of physical activity, especially weight-bearing exercise like walking or lifting weights, also contributes. And habits like smoking and excessive alcohol consumption are known to weaken bones. This might sound grim, but I want to shift the story now. Because this is not a hopeless situation. Far from it. Understanding the enemy is the first step to defeating it. So, how do you fight for your bone health? Think of it like building a bone bank account. You want to make as many deposits as possible throughout your life, so you have plenty to draw from as you get older. The first type of deposit is nutrition. Calcium is the raw material, the bricks for your bones. You find it in dairy products, leafy greens, and fortified foods. But calcium can't do its job alone. It needs a partner. Vitamin D is like the construction foreman who tells the calcium where to go. Your body makes vitamin D from sunlight, but you can also get it from certain foods and supplements. The second type of deposit is exercise. But not just any exercise. Your bones get stronger when they are put under stress. This means weight-bearing exercises are king. Things like walking, jogging, dancing, and lifting weights send a signal to your body that says, hey, we need to be strong, and your body responds by building more bone. And finally, the most important step is to be proactive. Talk to your doctor about your bone health, especially if you have any of the risk factors we talked about. They can assess your risk and, if needed, order a simple, painless test called a bone density scan. This scan can see the silent changes inside your bones long before a fracture ever happens. So, let's bring this all together. Osteoporosis is not just a disease of old age, it's a condition that begins with the choices we make much earlier in life. Your bones are the silent framework of your entire life. They allow you to stand tall, to walk, to run, and to hug the people you love. Protecting them isn't about fear. It's about empowerment. It's about understanding that you have the power to build a stronger foundation for your future. By feeding your body the right nutrients, by staying active, and by having a conversation with your doctor, you are taking control of this story. You are choosing a future of strength over a future of fragility.